G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. In today's video guys, we're doing the Reptile room update for August 2022. Or should I say Reptile room, should be more of a Reptile house. Since my reptiles are now in 2 different rooms since we have moved. Anyway, we'll jump into it, see how everyone's doing, and show you a couple of sneak peeks of what we've been working on the last couple of months, or I won't say a couple of months, last month so to speak. We'll start up here with the 2 Australian carpet pythons. Up here we've got Chappie, he's on his hammock. His beautiful girlfriend Orchid is in her hide. They are both housed in a 4-foot enclosure. In the enclosure itself, we've got the coconut fibre as a substrate, 2 hides, the hammock. We've got the backing, a heat element, fake plant, and a water dish. Orchid, he's still eating pretty much all the time, so that's good. While Chappie boy, he looks like he's going to a shed cycle, but saying that, he hasn't eaten the last few feeds. Maybe he has something else on his mind, perhaps, but we'll find out sooner or later. We go down here next to Chris, who is being a lunatic. Chris, he is my black-headed python. Now, this substrate was just being put in today, so Chris is enjoying the substrate, digging around, causing a bit of a mess. I'm just waiting for him to put that substrate into his water bowl. That's what he used to do, really. He's dig around and cause a mess. He's doing well. He's eating once again. He's housed in a 4-foot enclosure. In the enclosure itself, we've got his coconut fibre as a substrate, 2 hides. Sorry about the glare. You know, I've got a fake plant, water bowl, his heat element, and then eventually I'm going to put a backing in here. Just shopping around at the moment to see what is available in the area. But yeah, he's doing quite well. Still the healthy snake he is. Still a beautiful snake as well. Snake peek, project. Anyway. We'll go up here next to young Molly, who is my little jungle carpet python. She's sitting in the darkness, doesn't want to be seen on camera, but we can see you there, girl. She's still got the digestive problems, but she's getting there slowly. Each feed she gets better and better. She's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. In the enclosure itself, we've got the substrate, a couple of fake plants, her hide, water dish, and a nice backing that I built from scratch for her, along with a display light and a heat light there, keeping her nice and warm. Next to Molly now, we've got Charles, who is my albino Darwin carpet python. He's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. In his enclosure, substrate, a couple of rocks in here, a couple of hides, his backing, water bowl, display light, heat light, and he's on his hammock, like I said, keeping nice and warm. Ever since we put this heat light on top of him like that, he's been eating again. So hopefully he continues on the path of growing up quicker. So he's doing well. We'll go over here next. Just quickly pan over. In here we've got Emma and Zilla, who are the proud parents of my first clutch of baby snakes I've ever had. We'll see them later on in the video. These 2 are housed in a just under 3-foot enclosure. So in the enclosure itself, we've got the water bowl, 3 hides, a backing, a couple of rocks in a stick in here, fake plant, display light, and I've got a heat pad underneath this one here. So Emma's coming out to say hi. It's always a gentleman, Emma is. Ever since Emma and Zula have been together, Emma has mellowed out heaps. If you look back to probably last year's Reptile room update for February, he was ready to kill me. So there he is. He's the darker one. The brighter one here is his lovely girlfriend. This is Azula. Come on, babe. Come here, babe. Show your head. There she is. You don't like it when I touch your girl, don't you? But yeah, Azula's doing well. Both of them didn't eat this week, but I did catch them in the act, caught them in the act of hopefully making more babies. But at the end of the day, it's up to them whether or not they choose to reproduce. If they do, back the camera angle. If they do choose, however, to reproduce, I'm not going to stop them. Yes, I know, buddy. You're being a funny snake. So that's it for the snake room. We'll go over to the other room and see the rest of the reptile family. Rightio. So here's the other reptile room. Pretty much my bedroom as well, so to speak. We'll start over here with young Diablo. He's probably the first animal you'll see when you come into the room. Now, I'm trying to unlock this enclosure. Diablo here is planning, I am planning on upgrading him soon. Hey buddy, he's unhappy. Here he is. Hey young Diablo. So Diablo hasn't eaten for a little while, but being winter, it's kind of to be expected. He's housed in a 1 foot enclosure. In his enclosure, we've got his backing, stick, a couple of hides, paper towels, his bedding, water bowl, and he's got a heat pad underneath that rock one there. Overall, he will be upgraded soon. Hopefully next month, you'll see him out of this and into something even better. I'll put this lock back on. I don't want a young brown tree snake roaming free in the house. It would end disastrous. We'll go over here to say hello to Rosie, who is my little ridge tail monitor. I feel bad for this guy. I just disturbed him before. Hey, buddy. Hello. Yes, look at you go. You're a crazy little thing. He had a good feed of woodies this morning, so he's looking a bit chunky. Going through a shed as well, which is awesome. He will be probably one of the last animals to be upgraded because he's so tiny. He's housed in a 50cm enclosure, so just shy of 2 feet. So in his enclosure, we've got a good layer of sand for him to dig around in. We've got his 2 hides, his fake plant backing just to kind of obscure the wires. We've got his water bowl. He's got his heat lamp and his UV light, but he's doing quite well. Hey, buddy. While you guys are looking at him, I'll see if I can get young Suey out. Alright, so next door to Rosie, we have Suey. Now, Suey, he's my little sand swimmer. So these 2 next enclosures are 1 feet as well, 30cm. Well, there she is. Hey, Suey. So Suey, he's my little broad-banded sand swimmer. And she's gone back underneath the substrate. There she is. So in her house, we've got a good layer of sand, coconut hide, just for something else for her to hide in, fake plant to decorate the enclosure, and a water bowl. You're a crazy little lizard. Anyway, she shares a heat pad with her neighbour named Charcoal. Now, Charcoal is my little spiny-tailed gecko. I'll just move his sticks out of the way. So, Charcoal's got a few branches in here for them to climb on, fake plant, sand, and a water dish in the back corner there. He's got his hide, and there he is, half hanging. Oh, lucky there, buddy. So there he is. He's my little spiny-tailed gecko, and like anything else, he likes to climb. Please stay in there, buddy. I don't want to chase you again. He hasn't gone out to the point where he's made a run for it in the house, but he has came close on a couple of occasions. But we'll close this back up before this young gecko gets any ideas. He's over that corner now. Alrighty-o, we'll move on. Right down in here, so this enclosure is about 1 metre long, so just over 3 feet. This houses Billy. Now, Billy, he's my youngest blue-tongued skink we have in the family. She's an Eastern, so she's doing quite well as well. She's just shedded her skin recently. I did try my best to pick up all the scales, but clearly she wasn't done yet. So today she's gone for a bit of a walk, trying to help her belly scales come off a bit. So yeah, a bit more of a mess to clean up. So in her enclosure, she's got a heat pad where she is underneath her enclosure. We've got a hide, backing, couple of fake plants, UV light, the substrate's coconut fibre as well. We've got a couple of rocks, a food bowl, and a water bowl. Right, so we'll go over here now to Billy's neighbour. It's good to see this big boy out. So I'm trying to get in between my bed and this rack system very awkwardly. So here we have Monty. Now, Monty here is my male shingleback skink. He's doing quite well. He's being more and more active as of late. He's housed in a 4 foot enclosure. Trying to pan awkwardly. So in his enclosure, we've got a nice big hide for him. Heat light, UV, he's backing. Come back this way a bit. He's got a ramp so he can get on top of his hide. Substrate's coconut fibre, couple rocks, fake plant, food bowl, and water bowl. He's doing awesome. Rightio. Oh, that was tight down there. So this is new. So we've upgraded Bluey into a 4 foot enclosure now. Before we show Bluey, sorry about the glare as before. So in Bluey's enclosure, he's got a heat lamp, UV, a new backing which I'm really enjoying. It sets off his enclosure quite nicely. Got food bowl, water bowl in the corner. Got a brick behind that fake plant. Got another rock in the corner here. And we'll show you the man himself. Hey, buddy. Okay. Oh, sorry, Bluey. So Bluey, he is obviously a blue-tongued skink. Now, he's one of 3 eastern blue-tongued skinks we have in the family. He has a brother who we'll see in a moment. His brother's also due for an upgrade. Well, a nice upgrade, I should say. Yeah, so 3 eastern blue tongues, and we've got a lowland blotched blue tongue who is up next. So we've moved Blaine into Bluey's old enclosure. This is because Blaine's actual old enclosure is going to be much suited for Rosie when he's a bit bigger. Because with these Reptile 1 enclosures, they're great, but when they close up, there's tiny little gaps. I'm afraid Rosie will get out. Anyway, not enough rambling. So there's Blaine. Blaine is my lowland blotched blue tongue. She's been more inquisitive as of late. She's been more out and about, but today she's shy. So she's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. In her enclosure, we've got a hide, well, one of 2 hides in here. Fake plant, nice backing, brick, couple rocks, food bowl, water bowl. Got a UV canopy light up here, heat light in the back. So she's doing quite well. Now I'll show you Bo. His setup doesn't really matter. It's a bit similar to Bluey's, but just the old style Blue used to be in. So here's Bo's enclosure, very identical in the way, just a bit smaller, but he will be getting an upgrade soon as well. Here he is, he's curled up in the corner there. I'll probably just work him up so he's probably not too happy. So yeah, that's Bo. I guess so. He's the brother of Bluey. I'll try to put this hide back down without hurting him. There we go. Sorry, Bo. You can go back to sleep now, buddy. Close this back up. That's the other thing about these opening, swinging doors. They do hit me in the face sometimes. Oh well, it happens. We'll come back over here. Almost forgot about these guys. So we've moved a couple of babies on to the new families last month. So we've got 5 babies. Valentino and Chewbacca we're keeping. This one's going to a friend of mine. Same this one. Otherwise, if you guys live in Sydney and you have Instagram, feel free to message me on Instagram. I've got 1 baby children's python left. So if you live in Sydney, feel free to message me and ask if I still have this one available. Anyway, they're doing quite well. Now we can go to the other side of the room and wrap things up. So we go to this 3-foot enclosure, which houses Bam Bam. Now Bam Bam here, as you can see, he's starting to lose a bit of body condition. He's getting old. So, oh well, it's life, but he's still here with us, so we will enjoy him while he's here. Otherwise, besides losing a bit of body weight, he's doing quite well. As you can see, he's being a bit active today. He's housed in a 3-foot enclosure. In his enclosure, we've got a heat lamp, UV, a foam backing, a brick. We've got a dragon head, log over there. Mine went blank for a second there. His hammock, fake plant. We've got a food bowl, water bowl, a couple of rocks in here, along with sand as his substrate. Every now and again, he will get a treat of a superworm or cricket. Now, from one pygmy bearded dragon to the next. Now, in her hide, sleeping is Crystal. You probably just see her. She's doing well. She's ruminating at the moment, being less active than Bam Bam. She's housed in a 2-foot enclosure, which is pretty much recommended for a pygmy bearded dragon. Bam Bam got the 3-footer because he's the king of the room. So Crystal, he's housed in a 2-foot enclosure. In her enclosure, we've got a heat lamp, UV, got a foam backing, an ornament, a rock, a branch, a hide, food bowl and water bowl, fake plant, and along with sand as well. But yeah, she's doing well. She's pretty much on no show, to be honest, this month. Next to Crystal, we have Pedro, who we get to in a second. So Pedro here is housed in a 2-foot enclosure. In his enclosure, we've got a backing up built for him with a cave incorporated into it. A couple of branches for him to climb on. We've got a couple fake plants as well to decorate the enclosure. 2 hides, water bowl, food bowl. He's got a heat pad there to keep him warm. UV light up here. Now, if you don't know who Pedro is, he's actually a skink. He's no ordinary skink. He's my pink-tongued skink. So, dude, trying to get you out. You're a bit cold today. Oh, Jesus, no, oh, Jesus. Here he is in his always glory. He's doing quite well. Of course, you've latched onto my blanket Go, my buddy. Oh, there we are. Hey, Pedro. So, like I say, he's a pink-tongued skink. About full grown now. He's got a nice long tail to go with his beautiful scales. Or his beautiful body, I should say. But yeah, he's doing quite well. Obviously, being winter, he's brumating himself. And don't you hiss at me. He's a funny lizard, that one. Just lock this back up. And below Pedro and Crystal, we have the two oldest reptiles in the family. Superstar and Graham, who are two blind spider pythons. These two are housed in a 3-foot enclosure. In the enclosure, we've got a heat light, normal white light, just a display light. We've got a backing, 3 hides, a fake plant, a rock, a branch. I'll move it out of the way. A water bowl. And under this hide here, we have the 2 girls. Rightio. This is going to be a bit awkward. So this one here is Superstar, and the more skinnier or brighter one is Graham. So Superstar's the eldest by 1 month, so that's Superstar's head there. Graham's the one's at the back there. Both are doing well. I'll put this back over the top of them. Graham has gone off food while Superstar is still eating. Sorry, girls. I'm trying to get their big bodies back in that hide. You know what? They'll work it out. They're not dumb. These guys are quite intelligent. They'll forgive me, hopefully. Put the lock back on. Make sure the enclosure is secure. And we'll move on. Oh, I hate this bit. I hate going down this low to the ground between my bed and the rack system. Right, in this 70cm enclosure, so just over 2 feet, we have my pair of children pythons, or spider pythons. Caesar, my male, he's a spotted, while his girlfriend's Erin, I think she's more of a children. So Caesar, he's back there. So I'm not going to put my hand in there because he's quite defensive as of late about his girl, who in return she's in that log hide there. So these two in the enclosure, we've got 2 hides, got a water bowl, got a couple of fake plants in here, a backing, a couple of rocks in here as well. Here comes Caesar, he's coming over to see what's going on. They share a heat pad and a light strip with Atrium and Aurelia. Oh, I hate doing this. Sorry, guys. So here's Atrium. Atrium, he is a diamond python, and his friend Aurelia is also a diamond python. The enclosure is the same size as Aaron Caesar's. There's Aurelia. Beautiful girl. So Aurelia is more of a high yellow diamond python, while I like to think Atrium, he's a more the classic form. Their personalities can't be any different. While Aurelia is so shy, Atrium, he is so inquisitive. Hey, buddy. So these two are getting an upgrade soon. They are getting quite big. So in the enclosure, sorry, Atrium. I'm going to move the camera away from your face there, buddy. We've got the substrate, a couple of hides in here, water bowl in that corner, substrate, a branch, got a couple of fake plants, branch, a backing. But yeah, these two are going into a 4-foot enclosure in the other room soon, while Diablo will get this enclosure here. So that's the plan at the moment. So, like I said, these two are doing quite well. Hey, Archer. Lock this back up. But yeah, he's such a cool snake, Atrium. He's always so inquisitive and always wants to see what you're doing, pretty much. Like, he's never shy, this one. But Aurelia, obviously different personality, which that is fine. I'll stop my rambling. I'll move on. Right, only a couple more animals to do. So up here we have Akko. Now, Akko here is my female eastern war dragon. She's housed in a 4-foot enclosure. In her enclosure, we've got a substrate, couple pieces of wood, her hide, hammock, branch, heating UV, her backing, water bowl, fake plant, and a few rocks, and her diva sign along with a food bowl. She's doing quite well. This month she had a couple instances where she was having panic attacks, but luckily we were able to geez, Akko, you're not showing love today. Luckily we were able to settle her down, and she's back to her normal self, which is being the crazy young lady that she is. Hey, aren't you gorgeous? But yeah, she's doing well. So that's Echo. Nothing much, to be honest, to report on her. Right, last animal of the reptile room. Now, this is Ray. Now, Ray, he's my Rosenberg monitor. So that big enclosure you saw in the other room, guess what? She's getting that eventually. Just got to set up the last couple bits and pieces of the enclosure. Make sure it's all running properly. Then she'll be going in there. Then Bo will have this enclosure. So I'll be taking the backing out, and Bo will go in this enclosure. But yeah, she's going quite well, Ray. I'll open it up. Hopefully she doesn't bite the camera. Here she is. Hey, gorgeous. You gonna be inquisitive? So she's housing a full enclosure at the moment. Don't you bite the camera, nor my fingers. So in her enclosure, we've got a heat lamp. We've got a UV, which is glaring at the moment. A couple rocks, a couple fake plants, her branch, backing. Over that way, there's another hide, her water dish, a couple other fake plants, and her log. But yeah, she's not quite there yet when it comes to handling. Still working on that. Can we get a good side of you? But yeah, so she'll be getting that enclosure next month. So that'll be it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in another video.